Good evening. Eric Arnold, Big E, here in his sports barn on Thursday, May 14th. It's probably around 7 o'clock in the evening. What do we have for you here? I think I told you we were going to talk New York Giants. San Francisco Giants, I think I lied to you. I mean, we're going to probably just do that another episode. Sometimes I just have so many notes here that, it just all doesn't fit. So, don't want the episode to be so long that subscriber Chuck gets bored. So let's get right into it. Today, I escaped the barn. President Trump was flying into Allentown, which is a stone's throw away here from the sports barn, so I've got nothing else to do. So I thought I'd just drive up there and see if I could see Air Force One. Thought that might be cool, something to do. Took my father with me, get him out of the house so he doesn't just die at home of boredom. So we went up there and we saw it. We flew right over our heads. I took a video. I'm going to splice it in here in a minute. I think it went good. The only disappointment was I did not realize that they have multiple Air Force Ones. I thought they just had the one Jayhujin 7,000,007 with the 4 engines and with all the space-age defensive weaponry and cloaking devices and all this other stuff like you see in the movies. What came in was maybe not quite that impressive, but we saw it anyway. So roll digital media file, drop it in here.
200 at 10.
Okay, so there you saw it. There was the plane going past there in the back of my father's head, and that's that. So something to do today. A lot of Trump people up there. Am I a Trump person? I blame him just about as much as I blame Wolf for my current predicament of being locked here in the sports barn. He isn't quite as bad as Herr Wolf, but I sent a message to my one buddy. He is a big Trump fan, Earl Carey. Asked him, I was thinking about making some signs to try to hold up a sign if I got close to the motorcade. What should the sign say? Here's Earl Carey's suggestions. Eric Arnold Sports Barn. Actually, I kind of like that one. President probably wouldn't understand that, and I don't think he uses YouTube, so that would just be confusing to him. Save us, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. Epstein was murdered. And you did it. I added that. Earl Carey didn't do that one. And the Fed. Oh, an oldie but a goodie. Give me beer and sports and I won't burn down your house. I like that one. Although that seems pretty long to fit on a sign. So those are some things I didn't see. We were away from the sign holding people. We were there like in the airplane, want to see the airplane section. the motorcade people were down the street. So there were a bunch of them. I mean, for a visit that was supposed to be hush hush, I don't know, he turned them out. For those people that think that he's not as popular in Pennsylvania that he was in 2016, if you wanted me to handicap this right now, he's going to carry Pennsylvania. That's my answer on the 14th of May at 7:10 in the evening. He's going to carry Pennsylvania. So, and if he carries Pennsylvania, he's probably going to win the election. So, take that for whatever it's worth. What else happened in here? More virus news here. Some good, some bad. Some good news. I saw that David Portnoy, he's the owner of Barstool Sports, if you've ever checked them out. He has come out now and questioned the reasoning for this lockdown. And of course, he's 100% right. I mean, he's joined in my position. I've been here for the last 6 weeks. So, he's now publicly come out. This is a guy that swings a pretty big stick because he's got literally millions of people that follow him. And, he influences their opinion. So, hey, man, welcome to the party, pal. All the help we can get, we'll take it. So, good for him. That's a good thing. Let's see. So the CDC has come out with some guidelines for opening up the school. I found this interesting. They put all in the same guidelines, all in the same pamphlet. Guidelines to opening up bars and schools. So I guess my grandkid and I are going to be reading that with equal interest. I don't know how I don't know how the grandkid feels about school. When I was his age, I couldn't wait to go to school. He's about, I guess, 11. And I obviously can't wait to get into a bar. So, and the guidelines, honestly, I thought weren't that bad. They looked like they were something that, enforced fairly, could easily be met. Now if you have what we appear to have here in the state of Pennsylvania, with Dr. Dr. Rachel Levine. I'm going to just set that aside. Dr. Rachel Levine, and I'll talk about that later because that's an 8-minute discussion and I don't want to eat up the whole episode. The health director here in Pennsylvania, I do not feel would enforce these guidelines fairly. So I'm a little worried about that. But, the guidelines themselves look pretty benign from the CDC as far as opening up restaurants and bars. So I think that is moderately a positive. Let's see what else we got here. Well, here's a negative. I saw an interview with pitcher Blake Snell. He of probably the best pitcher, maybe second best pitcher at Tampa Bay. Does Tampa still have Charlie Morton? I don't know. We didn't get to them yet, so I don't know. Anyway, Blake Snell pitches for the Tampa Bay Rays. He came out hard against Plain this year. I mean, hard. Hard enough that it was almost like easy guy. I mean, we all change our minds, but, you're digging a pretty hard line there. Here's some of what he said. Basically he said, I'm not playing. And I wrote this down as a quote out of the ESPN article. Let's see, make sure I can read it. No, I got to get my money. I'm not playing unless I get mine, okay? And that's just the way it is for me. I'm sorry you guys think differently, but the risk is way the hell higher, and the amount of money I'm making is way lower. Why would I think about doing that? Blake Snell, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to leave aside a critique or editorializing that. That's just the way the guy feels. So, like I said, that seems pretty hard. That I don't know what that means, honestly, because the players already agreed in principle to a pay cut to play this year. So are we going back on that? As I said, the owners threw in that revenue sharing deal as, I don't know, I just think they may have just thrown it in there to throw it in there because it really doesn't hurt them at all. If it doesn't look like it's going to happen, they pull it off the table and hope for some other concession. If it does happen, great, then it's just that easier to ram that through in a year and a half. If they pull it off the table, they can look like they can always hit the players in a year and a half with, hey, we compromised last time. We took it in the shorts for you guys last time. All of half a season of missed revenue, which isn't that much, but that certainly would be the negotiating point. So anyway, that's a negative towards games this year. That's a negative. What else? I was thinking one of the signs I would have made, I just kind of ran out of time, and I just thought, geez, what the hell's the difference? We might not even see them, and we really didn't. We got caught up in traffic after the plane landed and weren't able to get to see the motorcade. So I'm glad I didn't bother making a sign. I probably would have made a sign, something along the lines of "Do your job," Mark's favorite slogan, or "Fire Fauci," which is probably Trump's biggest error in this whole thing, is having this guy running around spouting out anything left, anything right. His new position is we got to stay inside forever until we get a vaccination, which admittedly, according to him, maybe next year, as if that's like going to be doable. Next year, that's 7 months from now. There's going to be nothing to come back to. But, that's Fauci is saying that, and Trump's letting him say it. It's stupid on Trump's part. But, so that would have been my sign, fire Fauci. And one of the reasons I didn't do it, my father thinks that Herr Fauci is, great. It occurred to me today, I thought, why in the hell does Governor Wolf have a 70% approval rating handling this thing? It sure as hell isn't because he's right, because he's not. He is 100% wrong. He couldn't be more wrong if he tried. And I thought, well, when they poll all these people, who do they poll? They call in their landlines. Who has a landline? Old people. Who's terrified of the virus? Old people. Who picks up a phone anymore that's calling with a number you don't recognize? Old people. So, you get the whole perfect skew your poll size storm there. So they're getting every time they call with a poll, the old people pick up the phone every damn time. I mean, hello? Oh, no, I commemorative coins? No, I have some of those. I don't need any more. What now? Limited edition, you say? Oh, well, now I don't, tell me more about that. They're, of course, you're trying to sell something? Man, give me an old person. Yes. But, so I think that, I think they may sit around and watch for this guy to hold press conferences. Oh, Ethel Fauci's on! Come in, Ethel Fauci's on! So, out of respect for my father, I didn't make the Fire Fauci sign. Let's see, what else? Apparently, we just got a new cat that'll help me practice on my ability to control cats. I can look forward to, I guess, some piss and shit in the house, I guess. I think that's how cats express themselves when they're uncomfortable or in an unfamiliar surrounding or they're upset. So we got, 4 cats, all of which are going to be upset and uncomfortable, so piss and shit. But I don't know, maybe I should try that, you know, if that would help me, get me out of the sports barn faster. Maybe I should just piss and shit everywhere, see what happens. Probably wouldn't help me. They'd probably just throw me in a nursing home and see what happens to me there. So that's what we got here for you. I don't think you want to know about the Giants. We'll make a separate episode about them, as if, you know, if Blake Snell's comments hold sway, we're wasting our time previewing the 2020 MLB season. So we just got to cross our fingers that we're not. So there you have it. That was my day. Better than an average day. Definitely better than any average day right now. So we'll probably see you tomorrow and we'll talk about the Giants. From me to you, thanks for being here. Thanks for hitting the like button, and we'll see you again.